I'm not a reptile with an uncle named Bob, but I know 9/11 was an inside job. I know 9/11 was an inside job. You can't find your way if you don't have a light. Every ship of state sails on ocean and night. Every government has a dark underside. The man at the top came along for the ride.
Solidarity with Boston, we decided that, well, we're going to barbecue the 9/11 Commission report.
But I know 9/11 was an inside job. No, 9/11 was an inside job.
My fellow countrymen and women, my name is Glenn Davis. I am an American patriot. I believe in the rule of law and that no one person or group of persons is above the law. We gather here today to reject the notion that this book, the 9/11 Commission report, is a complete and fair accounting of the terrorist attacks of 9/11/01. I stood and watched as those events unfolded and could not fathom the evil of those deeds. Taxpayer money, our hard-earned money, was used to fund the committee that produced this book and its subsequent publication. This book is fraught with omissions and distortions and in no way gives us, who are gathered here today, or our fellow Americans, a decent and a just accounting of those terrorist attacks. It is indeed an insult to our sense of justice. The committee failed to address or look into, or omitted entirely, serious discrepancies in the identity of the hijackers, charges of obstruction by higher-ups in the FBI by field agents, discrepancies in the timelines offered by NORAD, FAA, and the Defense Department, the mysterious instantaneous collapse of the World Trade Center at 5:30 in the afternoon. This event wasn't even mentioned in the report. Wire transfer of large sums of cash from Pakistani Secret Service to Mohammed Atta just days before the attacks. Unusually large put options on stock of United American Airlines and American Airlines weeks before the attacks. Demolition-like free-fall collapse of the towers. The fact that the bin Laden family was permitted to fly out of the country when the rest of the country remained grounded. The immediate clearing of all evidence, which is illegal. Testimony of hero Willie Rodriguez, who witnessed explosions in the sub-basement of one tower before it was impacted by an aircraft. Discrepancies in the passenger list of the airplanes. And scores of other leads that could have given our nation answer to these heinous atrocities. Furthermore, President George W. Bush and Vice President Dick Cheney refused to testify under oath and would only do so together and not individually. As well as the Commission outright lied in their description of the central cores of the towers. My fellow countrymen and women, this book is fraudulent. It must be rejected by freedom-loving citizens of this nation. It is an abomination that federal tax dollars were used to fund this report. I now move to have this publication, the 9/11 Commission report, burned like a steak and dumped in the harbor of truth, so that we may be absolved of its lies and deceit. All in favor say aye. Aye!
What got you to question the official story on 9/11?
Well, the day that it happened, I was quite alarmed that our government announced within 24 hours they knew who did it. I thought, oh, something's fishy here. I certainly was right, because the more you investigate, the more you realize that it is fishy. It's obvious that the tower collapse is an inside job, meaning that the planes didn't bring them down. And why the people can't recognize that fact is more than I can figure out.
In honor of the Boston Tea Party, these ashes will be floating in Lake Michigan. Here we go. Here we go. Here's some ashes from the 9/11 Commission book. Who else?
Start questioning the 9/11 Commission report.
It wasn't until this July I met my boyfriend Mike, and he had started talking about how the towers had gone down, and I really have never heard about it before, and I really didn't even think that it was. I thought he was crazy.
I went on a search on the internet just for scandals and corruption, and then this kept popping up, and I didn't really even pay attention to it too much, and I kept on seeing it, and I eventually later on saw Loose Change Edition 1, and I still didn't buy into it. You know, I basically spent a year researching everything, and then I came to my conclusion after hundreds and hundreds of hours of research. There was no other option. You know, logical thinking, and you take away your belief system, and you actually think like a human being. And then there's no way I couldn't have come to a different conclusion that what we were told were lies. And that's not to say that I know exactly what happened, because I don't think anybody really does, except for the people that orchestrated it. But definitely there's a bunch of lies going on, and we need these questions answered.
And have you heard anything about the Military Commissions Act?
Oh yeah, definitely. Basically, that piggybacks off Patriot Act 1 and 2 to state that it's a lot of legal terms, but basically, if you put them all together, it'll give President Bush dictatorial powers over the citizens of the United States. It breaks down to this. This government feeds you a story that 19 terrorists controlled by Osama bin Laden came over here and did all this terrorism because he hated our freedoms. But then you go and read, then you go, okay, well, we got Patriot Act 1 that takes away our freedoms, hasn't caught any terrorists with it. And Patriot Act 2 piggybacks it, makes it even worse, takes away more rights. You got your Military Commissions Act, which comes and allows them to do certain forms of torture and completely wipes out any of the Fourth Amendment, where the search and seizure laws. And you go, well, you're selling us a story that Osama hates our freedoms, but that's all you did is take away our freedoms. Are you telling us that Osama won this then? Or is something not add up here? So that basically, yeah, the Commissions Act was the final straw, or the final nail in the coffin on American rights.
We need to dump these ashes as they dump the tea into the Boston Harbor. We're going to dump the ashes for the 9/11 Commission book into Lake Michigan. Free. Blow, so get down low and just start dumping them in that lake.
Burn the line.
Burn the line.
Burn the line.
Burn the line.
Dump the
All
line.
Burn the line.
Oh, man.
Save some lives. The lives don't want to go down.
Burn the line. Save the line.
Hard to kill a lie, isn't it?
Can't find your way if you don't have a light. Every ship of state sails on ocean night. Every government has a dark underside. The man at the top came along for the ride. Back in the back, far out of view, is where they make the plans for what they do. That's a hard, hard way, a hard, hard line. You better get yours, 'cause I got mine. America's heart is growing cold. Millions in prison, no respect for the old. There are no weapons of mass destruction, except in the White House where they're under construction.